It's your day in tech history, and it's brought to you by our friends over at Expedia.com, where you can find yours with Expedia. Hey everybody, Jeffrey Powers here, and I welcome you to the Day in Tech History at dayintechhistory.com. It's part of the Tech Podcast Network. You can subscribe via iTunes, Zune, or Stitcher Internet Radio. Our Twitter is Day in Tech Hist, and all show notes are on the wiki page if you want to follow along. Now let's find out what happened on this day, your day in tech history. September 17th, 1683, Dutch scientist Antoine Leeuwenhoek writes to the Royal Society reporting his discovery of microscopic living animalcules, otherwise known as bacteria. 1971, the Radio Corporation of America, or RCA, withdraws from the computer market. They lost $490 million. 1976, NASA unveils the first space shuttle, the Enterprise, amid great fanfare. 1985, continued on with the Steve Jobs drama of 1985. He resigns as the chairman of Apple and distributing the resignation letter to Apple and several media outlets. He takes the 5 Apple executives and starts the new venture called Next. Also in 1985, Donald Kingsborough, a former Atari marketing manager, reveals plans to launch a talking toy bear using the same technology that Disneyland uses for their Abraham Lincoln and It's a Small World attractions. 1989, the Washington Post reports a computer virus that springs to life destructively on Friday the 13th, and it's on the loose. 1991, AT&T's switching stations in New York City simply run out of electrical power and shut down cold. Backup batteries failed. Automatic warning system that should warn the loss of battery power failed. The AT&T phone crash affects New York City as well as Kennedy, LaGuardia, and Newark airports, which lose all voice and data communications. Over 500 flights were subsequently canceled, and another 500 were delayed. Also in 1991, Linus Torvalds publicly releases the first version of the Linux kernel, version 0.01, onto the internet. 1995, David Wagner and Ian Goldberg, students in the computer science department at the University of California, Berkeley, cracked the pseudo-random number generator in the SSL implementation in Netscape Navigator 1.1 and exposed its weakness. 1996, Motorola announces its entry into the Power Macintosh clone market. It unveiled the StarMax series of desktop computers. 1997, IBM licenses the Palm Pilot design from 3Com. 1998, Acorn Computers announces the end of its workstation division, which manufactured RISC OS computers. They canceled plans to manufacture the Phoebe computer despite thousands of pre-release orders. And Aaron Blosser, a contract programmer and self-described math geek, harnesses over 2,585 U.S. West computers by installing a program that would utilize their idle time to find the Mersenne prime numbers. They combined computational power, in theory, surpassing that of most supercomputers. The 2,585 computers work at various times during the day and night and quickly run approximately 10.63 years of computer processing time in the search for a new prime number. And in 1999, Compaq Computers unveils the Aero 1530 handheld computer, featured Windows CE operating system, 16 megabytes of RAM, and a PC card Type 1 slot for $299. And on eBay, bidding closed for a number item, the production slate used in the movie Blair Witch Project. The slate sold for $1,525 to the bidder listed as Nishasky. Also, Microsoft announced that nearly 100 independent internet sites agreed to share auction listings for their new auction service. And a formal announcement would be made on September 20th. And now this word from our friends over at Expedia. Las Vegas, Jamaica, San Francisco, China, New York, Portland, Florida. Have you been? Maybe you're from there and you need to start planning your trip home for the holidays. Now is the time to do that. With rates at their lowest for November and December, you can get great deals in planning your trip. That's where Expedia comes in, from air travel, hotels, cars, and full vacation packages. Because who doesn't want to be in a warm city during the coldest of winters? You can also earn Expedia points so you can use them on more trips all around the world. Get $25 off your first hotel booking at Expedia. Go over to geekazine.com/Expedia for more details. Over at Expedia, find yours. Now let's get back into your day in tech history. In 2000, version 4.75 of the Netscape Communicator web browser is released. 2001, Handspring introduces the Handspring Visor Neo handheld computer. It featured a monochrome display, 33 MHz processor, 8 megabytes of RAM, and cost $199 or $299 with an upgrade to the 16 megabyte RAM model. 2002, Samir Rana of London, England, known as the web-handled Torner, is arrested on suspicion of being a member of the infamous hacking group Fluffy Bunny. 2004, AMD releases the 2 GHz Sempron 3000 Plus processor, featured a 512 kilobit level 2 cache and 333 MHz front-side bus. 2007, Yahoo buys email provider Zimbra for $350 million. And New York Times drops their subscription service to their website news stories. And in 2008, Bill Gates invests in algae fuel. Nortel announces that they're looking to sell off their Metro Ethernet equipment business. Google announces Street View is now available on BlackBerry, but not iPhone just yet. IBM opens a development center in Cambridge, Massachusetts for social software. And Sarah Palin's Yahoo email was hacked and deleted. Later, it was found that the hackers used common data to get new password to infiltrate the email. So basically what they did was they knew an address or they knew something that you would have been asked to remember your password, and then they could change the password, which then they got into the email. And that's your day in tech history. My name is Jeffrey Powers, www.dayintechhistory.com. All the show notes are over at wikizine.com, Geekazine's wiki. And of course, you can like the Facebook page and follow Twitter at DayInTechHist. Until tomorrow, take care. Day in Tech History is copyright 2014 JMP Enterprise and Geekazine.com.